Hello, hello, good evening, everyone. We're doing something a bit different. We're gonna be, watching the Bad Engine Saga, and then afterwards we can be doing a little Q&A. If you guys are interested in, watching it, and yeah. And also, I may or may not have been kind of working on the Bad Engine final episode, by the way, season one, and then season two could be season two, could be. So for right now, we're gonna, playing some trains. And then afterwards, we're going to be watching the Bad Engine Saga, meaning we're going to be watching all four episodes, the two uploads, and the two videos. So, yeah, I'm going to quickly go do this. Actually, hold on, let me stop sharing screen because I need to like fix. Yeah, there we go. I guess go over here. There you go. Did I even? I forgot. Did I even show audio? I'm being stupid today. Why am I being stupid? Hold on, share screen. There you go. Let me know if you guys can hear it. I'm gonna get my phone up because we're 15 minutes, so it's already been like 2 minutes. So I guess we can just do a little thing with it, I guess. Um, yeah. So let me choose. Let me think of what route have I barely used. Actually, you know what? Let's go. Wait, have I done that for layer? I'm gonna do that for layout. See how that goes. Let me see. Actually, do I want to do that for layout or do I want to do a test track? Do I have trains in it? Oh no. So I deleted them. Alright, let's go get let's see what engine. Let's see what other engines I barely use. I barely use any of the scholarly engines whatsoever. Like man, it's just so hard. Even the miniature engines. Like sometimes I just forget they exist. Let's get Peter. Peter. Yes, we need Peter. Let's get another engine. So why am I going to slow? I guess we can get learning segment. Let's get learning segment Thomas. Actually, let's get LBSC Thomas. Uh, yeah, let's get LBSC Thomas over here, and then we'll get Edward, or Old Shape Henry. Yes, sir. Yeah, this is gonna be released in like Christmas time. That's this Thomas right here, and that's basically it. By the way, Percy as well. I'm thinking about redoing. Thinking about making more of the engines. Let's get. Hold on. Let's get Old Shape Henry. Yeah. Old Shape Henry. We'll make Henry go this way. No, not couple up to Thomas. No, you muppet. Okay, then we refresh. The tender is not accurate whatsoever. I am aware of that. But I'm just kind of happy that I kind of made my own head. Alright, let me get Edward now. So A, B, C. Oh, wait, no, yeah. Edward over here. He is Carson style Edward. Wait, where is it? Yeah, he is Carson Edward. I thought it'd be cool if I made Edward into like the Carson style, so I kind of did that. Must admit, it is not, accurate, but I'm just kind of happy with that. So I'm gonna get Don't Give Up. Might as well do some nostalgia right now. Just kind of get the whole four engines, the main four. Why not do like I want to do Edward's Day Out, where Edward's just jumping in the yard. Henry's just gonna be a random background engine. I'm gonna get Golden Postal Trucks. Let's get Gordon. We should be. There's Gordon. No, wait, no, hold on, wait. The learning second. Yeah. Gordon had just. I made no. Only railway suits Gordon. That's it. I got lazy because Gordon, I just wanted it done. Let's get Gordon with an angry face. Mm. I actually like Tom's faces. Like Tom's actually good. Also, Tom sounds kind of Asian. Like imagine you just saying Tom. I will. Okay, and then Salt Wagon. I don't even know what Gordon was pulling, but it was like a heavy goods train. So we'll get another Salt. And I guess a hopper can do a coal load hopper. Whopper. Nice. Yeah, so that's Gordon's, small goods train. I'm gonna make Henry do this. I'm gonna get Henry to pull a different thing. Where is it? Season 1, Season 3. Express coach. Espresso. You guys ever tried espresso before? Like espresso's actually really good. Sort of. Now let me just say this: Henry actually did pull this in season 1 at the first episode. Like rewatch the first episode, you can see Henry pulling 2 express coaches on a utility van. So, yeah. Okay, let's go. Minutes. We have 8 minutes, bro. Till we can watch the Bible. Mm-hmm. I forgot about pizza. Pizza. The one thing I would do to like update this model, make the running board a bit thicker, and that would basically be it. But overall, Peter's just, oh yeah, that's basically just for Peter. He just has like a running board. So we have Edward, Henry. We make Henry go this wall. Let's go. And I'll make Gordon go this fast. I actually really like the learning segment engines. I don't know why, but they just feel good. You guys ever have you guys ever owned like a hit toys like before Fisher Price took over? Like what was that one toy you had before Fisher Price era? Like I know it did not make sense, but I'm just trying to say. Alright, Henry. Oh, Henry's got that one. Gonna have to say this my favorite has to be the I know this is like when Fisher Price took over. I actually prefer the talking board. Like the first ever talking board. Like, that has to be my favorite toy yet. I don't even know what. Oh wait, there's Gordon. Wait, look, it's Gordon. Edward actually. It took me one day to make Edward. Like, to be honest, I feel happy about this Edward. I'm gonna re-narrate this line when Gordon comes in. Look at him, he's just being a grumpy old man. A goods train. A goods train. The shame of it. Oh, the shame of it. I can't do the voice, so I'm just, usually that's it. Gordon can manage to pull off being a goods engine in the future. Where's Henry at? Wait, did Henry derail? Oh no, he's wait. Where even is Henry? Oh, he derailed his coaches. Oh my god, the running board for the coaches. I need to make the running board shorter, bro. What? Wait, what? How did you get? Oh, okay, okay, never mind. Henry's confusing. So yeah. Oh yeah, Gordon. This points on this route is very dodgy. Gordon should be here. He's there. He is. We've got 4 minutes left. Alright, let's make. Wait, hang on. Learning segment. So, where's learning segment? Come on, where is it? I'm gonna make this perfect as it is. Boom. Oh, whoops. Kind of did not make that accurate. So I guess what can I do? Let's do 3 minutes. We'll wait until everyone comes here, and then I don't know what to do next. I guess we can do. Then we can do the bad ending again. But so this is gonna be from the beginning, where I made the bad ending, and then all the way to the bottom, where latest video. Now I must admit, I'm gonna be voicing everyone for the final episode. Reason I was gonna get Victor Tantic to voice the Red Engine, but he couldn't. He was too busy. So if you guys want to, be interested in voice acting for the Bad Engine series, the promo for the Blue Mountain Workshops, if you go to my channel, my Discord should be there. So you should be able to see my Discord. So it's matey. Oh, it's matey. Oh wait, Mash. I'm looking at Discord right now. So sorry, apologies. It's anime. Oh come on. What anime? Okay, yeah. Now let's get to Tail of the Bad Engine. So, wow, my screen is broken. My screen is broken. What? Okay, there we go. Hold on. Nope. Okay, wait, hang on. Yeah, we can do this. So apologies. Let's go on to the video now.
Tale of the...
Okay, that instantly played. So this was the first ever, probably the best videos ever made on my main channel. Then there we go.
Tale of the Bad Engine. It was the evening before Halloween, and all the engines were gathered around, ready and eager to start their annual tradition of telling ghost stories. The firelighter came to set the mood, and soon the yard was showered in a warm, orange glow, creating an atmosphere ripe for spooky tales. The engines took turn telling ghost stories as soon as the moon rose overhead, each trying to outdo the last. They were all enjoying themselves enormously. Even the big engines, who normally didn't have much patience for silly stories, beamed and laughed as Thomas and Percy imitated a ghost haunting an old mansion.
It's like the first version of
Finally, it was Henry's turn to tell a story. He hesitated for a moment, and curiously looked over at Gordon and Edward, who appeared cautious at first, but then beckoned on Henry. "Tell it," whispered Gordon. "Go on, it won't hurt." "Oh, I don't know if I should," he whispered back. "It's up to you, Henry. It is scary," Edward replied quietly. "Are you going to tell the story or not?" James said. The other engines laughed, except for Henry, who looked a little uneasy. "Come on," Thomas and Percy said together. "Well, all right, here goes." And so Henry began.
Alright, that's my USP right there. If you heard it.
Many years ago, there was an engine who
It
worked on
kind
a
of gave.
faraway railway. He was never given a name, or should I
Yeah, so I never mentioned this before, but the Green Engine's name is Vincent. And you kind of see the last of him back in the final episode. I like, being that one guy that happens to like leak everything and just kind of rage baits people. So yeah.
say never lived long
Also,
enough
hello
to be
Sonic.
given a name? Henry paused impressively. You see, he continued, all engines, when they are built, are friendly and hard-working. But once in a while, engines come out bad. And I'm sorry to say that this engine came out very bad indeed. No one knows how he came to be built or what led him to do the things he did. But he left a path of destruction that haunts his controller to this very day. Thomas and Percy looked wide-eyed at each other. The engine thought himself to be a premier express engine from a famous lineage, but he was actually an experimental engine, using only parts of other steam engines. The parts didn't fit well together, made him very mean-spirited and somewhat unhinged. He was painted blue, but probably should have been
That's probably
painted
like the
black.
oldest out of 3D model.
It was not uncommon for the engine to insult the others and resort to light sabotage, such as bumping them without warning and misplacing trains over small, petty squabbles. He was also easy to anger and had fits of rage, taking it out on the trucks and sometimes engines smaller than he was. One day, he buffered up to one of these smaller engines and pushed him to the edge of a turntable well, threatening to knock him in if he didn't cater to his every whim. Edward suddenly gulped, as if a bad memory had flashed across his mind. The big engines, who were fed up, confronted him about it. "Stop bullying the smaller engines," they said. But he wouldn't listen. He continued to play his spiteful tricks and threatened that if the big engines ever told the controller about it, he'd make them pay. The two big engines, thoroughly fed up, got up very early one morning and met the controller at the station. They told him all about what the engine had done, but the controller's hands were tied since the engine was on loan. "I can't do anything but put in a report to the engine's company," said Henry, mimicking the fictional controller. "What happened then?" asked Toby. "Well, one of the big engines left to take a train, and the other remained at the station trying desperately to plead their case. It is said that the bad engine was passing through the yard at the time and saw the big engine. Needless to say, he was immediately suspicious. He confronted the big engine in the yard and said, "I told you not to tell anyone. You'll get yours." The big engine just laughed, believing the engine only to be bluffing. Henry suddenly paused. Edward, Gordon, and Henry all looked at each other. Gordon gave a motion of the eyes, encouraging Henry to keep going. But, Henry said, he was most assuredly not bluffing. The next day, the big engine was pulling an express train through the junction, when suddenly, and without warning, another engine careened into the back of his coaches. There was an awful noise, and wood, metal, and stone splintered everywhere. But what was worse, as the other noise of the wreck subsided, the screams of passengers inside those coaches became louder and louder and louder. The other engine's eyes were glued to Henry. They didn't dare make a sound. The bad engine, knowing the big engine was just up the line, had intentionally missed a signal and plowed to the back of the express train to get even. The sight of it was awful. The three rear coaches were smashed to smithereens, and everyone inside those coaches, Henry gulped, everyone inside those three coaches perished. The other engines gasped. The big engine screamed, "You killed my passengers! You've killed my passengers!" But the bad engine didn't care. He just laughed maniacally. The controller came and, seeing the mess, sent the engine for scrap. If the controller had only listened to the big engines, the lives of those in the coaches might have been spared. So that is the moral of this story. Stand up to evil and fight until the very end, or the evil might just turn you into ghosts. Henry gave a loud whistle, making everyone jump. Wow, Henry, James laughed. That was a twisted story. I might have to keep the light on tonight, said Percy, and everyone laughed. Soon the engines began to leave the yard to get a good night's rest.
I think I switched to the obvious. Okay.
Gordon, Henry, and Edward, however, stayed behind. As soon as the others were out of earshot, Henry sighted, looking very ill. Gordon smiled sympathetically. A fine performance, Henry, though I know that's not an easy story for you to tell. Do you actually think they knew who you were talking about? Said Edward. The only one who might have known was Thomas, but he was too young at that time to remember, added Gordon. Do you really think that 77196 was actually scrapped?
Yeah, it's different. It's not
asked Henry,
9462.
but Gordon and Edward didn't answer right away. The three looked up at the moon, feeling uncertain but hopeful that the bad engine wouldn't come back to haunt them again.
And then 87546. Yep. I don't even know why, but I just feel like nostalgia. Like I just usually want to stick to the past timeline, so the future. That's why I liked making the bad engine. What's next? Oh wait, hang on, wait. Okay, we got Added Greedy, and we got 87546. I'm not making episodes on them. They're just recaps of what happened after the bad engine left. This is a nice soundtrack. That video got me like, that video got me like 10k views, which is nice. So now, a streak of blue. Now this actually took me like fucking 10 months to make it. Actually, I actually recorded that scene in October, and some of the scenes I just recorded out in October, and then later on we'll just happen to re-record those scenes again. So this is the only scene.
Thomas and Edward gave a splendid effort building the railway, but they weren't suited for fast mainline services. As such, the Fat Director purchased another engine called Henry. Although a good sort, he was prone to steaming troubles, which caused endless frustration. Due to a lack of funds, engines were loaned from other railways. One of these, known only as 87546, fancied himself the saviour of the line and never failed to make it known.
And there he is again. There he is. The engine you all love.
Fret no longer, he declared, dragging Henry and his train into the big station, for I have restored order to our timetable once more.
Did he ever tire with all that hot air in his boiler?
I say, you
That's when I had my
little one, be a good lackey, take my
And broke
coaches
down.
and the indisposed away. I must rest my aching wheels. Evidently not, murmured Edward. As Thomas buffered up, Henry couldn't even meet his gaze. I'm sorry, he sighed,
He should be sorry.
retorted Thomas.
One day he'll get his.
That night, Thomas retired to the shed. A vulgar discourse greeted him. You know, 87546 said loudly to another loaned engine, I do sympathize with the Fat Director. Wasted what little hard-earned money he had on a mite, an antique, and an invalid. He looked across to Henry, sleeping as workmen tried to mend him. I'm the real bargain. The strength of 3 for the coal and water consumption of 1. Only a matter of time before he purchases me, of course. The Fat Director
Oh, what's he doing? Oh,
favors
what?
engines with good
This is actually my
character.
favorite scene, by the
You'll
way.
leave much to be desired.
This is my favorite scene out of the whole episode.
Water consumption of 1.
You'll see why.
Only a matter of time before he
Like, it just goes
purchases me,
from
of course.
Vincent
The
looking for
Fat
the engines,
Director
the bad engine, and then the bad engine.
favors engines with good character. You'll leave much to be desired in that department. And where has good character led you? Replied 87546. Certainly not the main line. Speed and strength are all that matters there. When I pull coaches, you merely see a streak of blue. Engines like you fade into the background. I'd like to see you do my work without falling to pieces. He turned back to the other engine. Now, a more pressing matter. When I am purchased, what do you suppose my proper name should be? I fancy something regal. Lord Frederick Reggaby has a certain charm to it, no?
Okay, you listen here, you little prick.
Save your steam, he muttered. It's no use arguing with him. They stared at the loaned engine with contempt. Henry, who had only been pretending to sleep, had heard everything. Next morning, 87546 woke to a startling sight. There was Henry hissing and wheezing halfway on the turntable. What the devil is this? Oh dear, Henry coughed feebly. Thought the men had made me better. But get better and out of my way this instant. My admiring passengers are waiting. I demand extrication at once. But the other engines had all left for work. They couldn't have helped anyhow. There was no way on to the turntable. Worse and worse. The Fat Controller scowled as he paced the platform. The passengers cannot be kept waiting. I'm sorry, Edward. As the other engines have gone, you'll have to take the coaches. Edward gulped, staring at the long train. Begging your pardon, sir, but this is a bit beyond my capabilities,
Not if I helped you.
bubbled Thomas, shuffling alongside.
2 engines are better than 1, sir. Besides, the other engines can handle their own shunting for a while.
The fat director considered. Very well, he said at last. Off you go. Do your best, but take care. The engines backed excitedly onto the train. The passengers marvelled at the strange combination, but were thankful to have any train at all. Finally, the guard's whistle blew.
Come on,
Called Thomas. Steady now, advised Edward. Soon they were on the main line and having a wonderful time. Thomas was so excited to leave the yard, he nearly pulled Edward's coupling off. Edward chuckled. He was glad to stretch his wheels again. The 2 engines worked well. The coaches felt light as air. Other engines were shocked as they raced past, whistling with glee.
I like this. I like this remake. And then there's
Later, they returned to the big station, exhausted but triumphant. Henry and 87546 stood at the platform. Well, smiled Henry. Our streak of blue has returned, and in one piece, no less. 87546 scowled as the happy passengers swarmed out of the coaches. What splendid little engines you are! Your director must be proud of you,
He's very happy with his purchases indeed.
chuckled Thomas. Oh, ha, ha, fumed 87546 as he puffed away. You were only allowed out of the yard because clanky old Edward couldn't manage alone. Enjoy your brief moment in the limelight. It's already fading,
If I didn't know any better,
smoked Thomas.
I'd say he didn't like shunting his own train.
He chortled off to the water column, but Edward stayed behind.
I'm gonna have to put my charger on.
Are you all right, Henry? What on earth happened this morning? Oh, the usual steaming troubles, you know. You know how it is. Miraculously, he winked. The problem seemed to vanish after you'd gone.
He did not do that.
You didn't, Edward gasped. Now, Edward, Henry grinned. Do you really think I'd do such a thing? And without another word, Henry steamed away.
Funny. You all have to talk about what happened. And then the next video, which is going to appear at 5 or up. No. I'm gonna lower the volume down a bit. And now this, I could have released this on Halloween. I should have released it on Halloween. But I thought, why not release it on Halloween? Because exams, well.
Evening, Timothy.
Are you, feeling okay?
I've been somewhat better.
Why are you pulling the night train?
87546 told me to take the train. Said that a grand engine like him needs plenty of rest.
What about Alid?
He couldn't be asked.
Have you gotten any sleep lately?
Not really. I've been stressed out lately.
Oh my.
Yeah, but I don't think I can go on for much longer. I can barely stay awake.
Tell you what, I could take the night train.
You? You couldn't.
Actually, I can. I used to take heavy passenger trains before I came here.
All right then. Thanks, Tim.
No problem. And it's Timothy. I don't like it when people call me Tim.
Oh, uh, all right then.
Before you go, the train is only a 30-minute journey to Sudbury, which is in the Brendan branch.
Ah, all right. And for the night train, it just runs to Vickstown. Another engine will be taking the rest of your passengers through the other railway.
Got it. Is there anything else I need to know about?
I'm pretty sure that's just it.
All right.
Thanks again for taking this train for me, Timothy.
That's what friends are for, right? That's my god. I'll see you tomorrow, 9-8.
Was there something else I needed to mention to him?
I'm so tired right now. I'm so tired. Oh my god.
Hey,
Oh my god.
hey.
Oh my god. That's what I'm just touching on.
You're
Hey, tank engine. I know.
how did you
The original engine broke down. Yeah, broke down, and I had to take his train for him.
impressive?
I know. I'm so proud of myself. Anyways, where are the sheds?
What?
You know the sheds. Vickerson sheds?
What for?
You feeling alright? Pretty sure I want to get some good rest.
You don't get to rest when pulling the night train.
I beg your pardon?
What? Did the other engine not tell you? When pulling the night train, you don't just come here and call it a day. You just you just take back the coaches to where they were from.
Seriously?
I know, right? That's just bullshit. Going back and forth. It's just not right, you know? That's my guard. By the way, I didn't get your name.
It's Timothy, but most of my friends call me Tim, which I really hate.
Okay. Goodbye, Timothy. Hopefully we'll meet again soon.
And then we get a full reveal of him.
Oh my god, what does he want?
I'm so tired of you guys.
Surprised to see you here.
Fuck off.
This is copyright music, but to
You
be honest, I couldn't
seriously
care.
still hate me for what I did?
Of course I do! You killed him right in front of me!
He was pissing me off. What did you want me to do anyway?
Ignore him like any other steam locomotive.
I tried that, but he still kept on doing it. And to my surprise, you, out of all engines, didn't even bother to help me.
Well, I don't regret what I did. I cared for you, yes, but I didn't want you to do these bad stuff. Ever since you did that, you haven't been feeling yourself lately.
Oh, shut up. You left me behind, you little prick.
And so what? I had to finish the job.
So you're saying that doing your job is more important than helping your friends? That's what I thought. You're wicked pathetic. And a coward who just runs away from his friend. Just like
Shut your mouth, you stupid piece of fuck! You are the monster. You like killing. You're a pussy. You couldn't defend yourself against the other engines. I had to be there for you because the so-called bad engine couldn't talk properly. He couldn't think properly. And he clearly has no friends.
Tonks is being dead serious in that.
Why am
Man,
I
by the way.
wasting my steam on you?
I don't want him to be
I
as
have a
serious as you
train
can.
to pull.
That's actually the best thing he ever did as a voice actor. So Alan, if you're watching this, good job on voicing him.
Did they do it? Driver and fireman jammed the coach's wheels. Good. Now I just need to make sure he didn't know about the viaduct. I've got a question. Go on. Why Timothy? He has been there for you, hasn't he? Even when you were first built? Timothy was never there for me. He didn't even bother helping me. He just made things more complicated. That's why I wanted him dead. Because he didn't have your back? No, for being such an ass back at the workshops. I'm going back to the sheds. I'll see you next week. Yeah, see you next week.
That's gotta be the best music ever used.
Hey Timothy, you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, driver. How much further?
Just 2 more hours and we'll make it there.
Alright. God, why did they make this hill so steep? Josh, what was that sound?
Oh shit, something happened with the coach's wheels.
No, Josh, do something! I'm already going fast!
This is a nice orchestra remix. Fantastic, bro.
Brakes, driver! Brakes! Whoa, what the hell? What happened to the viaduct? Wait, how the hell did 9-8 get to Woolsworth if the bridge was demolished?
Oh, that's what I forgot to tell you.
What?
The Fat Controller demolished the bridge yesterday. Heard it felt a bit unstable for the engines.
Okay, but how did 9-8 get to Woolsworth?
The controller said that all engines left the long way to Wellsworth.
Well, that explains it.
Is it
But
pronounced
let's
Wellsworth
stop
or
talking
Westworth?
and get away from the...
You also got the bicycles, by the way.
You were right the whole time. I was a pussy. I was a shithead. But why? You abandoned me, remember? When I was getting into arguments with the other LBST engines? Yet you did not do anything. I wanted you to be on my side. But ever since you did that, well, fuck this.
I do sympathise with the Fat Director, but he was a little hard-earned money he had on a mine. An antique and an invalid. I'm the real bargain. The strength of
The
three,
epic connection to
for
those
the
plays.
coal and water consumption of one.
Bloody morons.
Time for
Honestly.
course. The Fat Director favours engines with good character. You will leave much to be desired in that department. And where has...
And that was it. We'll wait till the them credits. Oh yeah, the two golden track masters I thought. Okay, and that was basically it. So I'm gonna stop sharing. Thank you guys for watching. I know this is gonna have a copyright, but copyright claims I realize won't do anything. What's next? Probably this year. I'm gonna try to make the final episode because it was on my list that I did not mention on my community post. So the final episode of the Bad Engine is gonna get completed either I can see this will be either coming October time or November time, and then for December time, Christmas special, I guess. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next live stream.